My lovers, welcome to my channel. My name is Made for Love, and today we are going to be channeling one of our Starseed brethren, family. So after I have to tell you the whole story behind it. So I'll do that whilst I shuffle the cards. So remember in our last reading, and it's very pertinent what I'm saying, because this is who I'm going to be channeling today, okay? Remember in our last reading, if you had gone to the extended, where we looked at what signs from the universe this person is getting about you, when we looked, we saw paranormal experiences. But, for a moment, I forgot that when we do these readings, we are always mirroring each other. So if they are having a ramp up in paranormal experiences, so will we. I forgot about that, because usually when I just do the readings, most of the times I would forget most of what's said. I remember the little gist. So anyways, the next morning, I was lying in bed. It's about 6 o'clock. The sun is already up, and that again, that time between sleep and wake, it's always a very powerful psychic time. And I'm just there between consciousness and dream time. And I feel, guys, when I tell you I feel like if a child, it felt like a child jumped on the bed by the foot of the bed, climbed over me, and was lying down facing me. And I was like, what the fuck is this? Because I know there is absolutely nobody at home with me. I live with my niece now, and she's already gone to nursing school, and she wouldn't feel like a child anyways. Child about, let's say, a 5 or 6 or something like that. So I try to open my eyes to see, even though I'm scared shitless. I try to open my eyes, because that's how I am when I'm scared. I power through, right? And then we'll freak out after. That's how I am. Crisis, power through, freak out after. I open my eyes to see, but I can't open my eyes. And then I try to speak, but I can't speak. So now I'm really freaking out, because can't open my eyes, can't speak, but I know there's some thing. I know it's not human, that's lying down facing me. So I use whatever's working. So I reach out my hands and I grab it. And it's the first time that I have felt matter from the spirit world in my hands. I know what I mean. I know all of us are from the spirit world, but you know what I mean? Like, I know this is not from here. I reach out and I'm grabbing substance. And I grab arms that are small like a child's, but even thinner. And then the bones beneath it, even more fragile. And then it's the chest area, that torso is about 3/4 of a child. And I can't speak, so I don't know why I squeeze, guys. So I kind of squeezed, I don't know why. And as I squeezed it, it kind of bit me lightly. And then I was like, what are you doing here? And I kind of squeezed harder, and it bit even harder, as if to say, whatever you put out there, you're going to get back with me. So I just release it. And then I said, like, who are you? And it's not answering. So I said, let's tune in and feel into it. And when I felt into whatever this energy was, did not get negative at all. What I got was positive. I got curiosity, and it was curious about what it would feel like to be mothered. That is what came through. So it's looking up at me, because I could feel it looking up at me, and it's curious about how it would feel to be mothered. And then I got an impression of what it looked like. Was like slightly green. In Men in Black, like in the kitchen, they have these kind of insecty thingies like that, but slightly green and a wider mouth. And then I was like, well, if there's one, there might be more. So now I'm really tuning into my whole apartment. When I tune in, like they're like all over. And what I missed before was they had little wings in the back and they were all flying. So I asked Mr. Main Character, right? I felt male, I don't know why. I'm like, what are you guys doing here? And then they're like, well, you asked for help from the universe and here we are. And I was like, help from the universe for what? And they're like, well, how do you think you finished your PhD? And I was like, oh. Then I was like, okay, but that's done. And thank you very much. But what are you guys still doing here? He's like, well, our work isn't done. I was like, what do you mean? He said, well, you have a fertile cocoa field there that you're allowing to run fallow. And I was like, buddy, are you talking about my uterus? And then I was like, no uterus, no opinion, buddy. And then we just sat there while lie down there with each other. And then he kind of left off the bed. But they're still here. They're still here. So I was asking him, and I have to kind of spell this out for you guys. I was asking, like, this is me going into real human mode. What species of alien are you? That's what I asked him. And then he's like, you're alien. He said, I was like, you're alien? I've never heard of that before. Could you please spell? And this is how he spelled it. Oh my goodness, I hope that you guys can see. This is how he spelled it. And he had a little smirk, so I knew something was up. So this is how he spelled. Can you guys see? Right. So you're alien. But let's break it down. It's literally, you are alien. So I am the alien. And then when he saw that I got it, he started laughing. And I was like, oh, you're cheeky. Bye. So we haven't spoken since. So I'm going to channel them today and see if they have a message for us. Okay, so that's it. All right, so let's see. Oh, shit. What they wanted to talk about. And we have here hatred. All right. Now, usually when I get this card, guys, it usually signifies, or maybe it's a context I've used it in before. It usually symbolizes, for me, some sort of sibling rivalry, because it's two small kids, and you know how it goes. If you have brothers, siblings that you grew up with, you're always fighting, but there's a love there. But because there's masculine and feminine energy in this card, they could want to talk about bringing an end to some kind of resentment that may exist either with an ex-partner or with a current partner, whether that's your twin, your soulmate, or maybe you're with a karmic person. Well, everybody's karmic because they're always teaching you lessons anyways. But it looks like there's something here that they want to bring to an end. Now, this could even be something ancestral where there's a lot of animosity between the sexes. So maybe if you grew up as female and then you have a lot of female kin, and maybe there could be misandrous, or you grew up as male, and a lot of your kin have a lot of your male kin have a lot of opinions about women and their role and that kind of thing. There could be that, and maybe both of you together are meant to end this cycle of misunderstanding, hatred between persons who identify as male or female, or persons who identify as feminine or masculine, which I think might be a better construct for us to use. Okay, so, and it could be as well also resolving any kind of internal conflict that we may have between our masculine and feminine energies, because if our masculine and feminine energies aren't working in tandem or in harmony with each other, then there's nothing that we can bring into this earth plane. Nothing can be birthed into this earth plane without the cooperation of masculine and feminine energies. When we just think about a baby, we need two genetic materials. And it's about 2030 we won't need men, but I don't know, right? This is just how it works. And let's think about a project, right? In order for it to ground, the feminine energy, she's receptive, that energy is receptive. It receives a vision, and the masculine energy is the one that brings it into the earth plane, whether it is to gather the supplies or actually does the work to bring it into, to ground it into the earth plane. So everything relies on masculine and feminine energy working in tandem. But these days in our world, there's just a lot of disconnect between these energies, and a lot of disconnect within ourselves, because patriarchy has done its very best to annihilate the feminine for a very long time. All right, so let's see what they want to say about this particular issue. I will get 2 cards from the Oracle of the Radiant Sun, and then we're going to break it down with this deck, which I'm very excited to introduce to you guys. It's the very first time I'm using it. I've not even used it for private readings. All right, so let's see exactly what they want to say about this hatred card, and a card number 21, which is a world bringing things to an end or wrapping shit up. Okay. Underneath the deck, we have criticism, right? It's your fault. It's your fault. So each energy pointing the finger at the other. We are in this because of you, and we are in this because of you, right? But rarely it feels like just a disconnect. Okay. Everybody is seeing things differently from their side of the fence, and all that is happening is lost opportunities for dialogue, lost opportunities for resolution, lost opportunities for moving forward, and then lost, I don't want to say lost love, but certainly the love not being emphasized, more like everything that went wrong. And it's also asking us as well to gain a different perspective on what you think may have been lost in your connection. If it was a past connection, okay, why did that particular loss happen? So it's about finding wisdom in whatever happened. Or if you're in a current connection, examining why things happened the way they did and what you learned from the experience. Because sometimes that allows us to let go of resentment. Now, if your person was abusive, okay, if your person was abusive, whether physically, emotionally, mentally, there's no excuse for that. But we are able to find reasons, and when we find reasons, then we can ask ourselves, is this something that I want to continue with? Because it's either you're seeing them having improved and them discontinuing those particular behaviors, or there's been no improvement, and then at this point in time, you've got to stay away. So certainly you can understand them a little bit more. Maybe if you have it within you, you can move into compassion. But this is not to say that you're going to stay with a person who has not showed any signs of change whatsoever. So they're asking us, yes, things may have gone wrong in this connection, but there are also things to celebrate in this connection. And this is what is going to move us closer to the spirit of forgiveness, especially if you still want to have a relationship with this person, or you still want to have a connection with this person. Now, this could even be a platonic or familial relationship. Maybe there's a long-standing family grudge. Maybe there's a long-standing feud between you and a friend. Okay, and maybe it's been weighing on your heart and might be even affecting your ability to cultivate other meaningful relationships. Now, when it's affecting your ability to cultivate other meaningful relationships, then you know for sure this is something that you have to deal with. You can't just say, what, fuck them. Yes, I ain't done with that, right? Because obviously you're not done with it, right? 1444, just as I said that. Obviously, you're not done with it. So wherever there is tension in your life, wherever you feel a sense of hatred, you feel a sense of resentment, this is something that you have to deal with and come to some resolution. It does not mean that you're going to allow this person back into your life. It ain't that. This is about you coming to peace and not allowing what happened to sabotage your future connections. So for some of you, you may still be projecting some of the pain from a past relationship onto your current connection. So you have to get some clarity around that as well. Is this person really doing things to you that your ex-partner used to do, or have you been interpreting their actions in that particular way? So we really have to be objective, and we really have to be the objective. Well, that's not exactly what I said, but more than just being objective, being able to observe our emotions, being able to observe how we're reacting, being able to observe the other person, right? And really be in a kind of centered space. And to be in that centered space, it really has to have balance between the masculine and feminine. So I don't know if it's what comes first, the chicken or the egg, whether, we have to find balance between the masculine and feminine energies in order to look at this issue, or we get balance by looking at these issues. And I feel like we get balance by looking at these issues and resolving the tension, so we're able to see things in a more neutral perspective. I hope I didn't blab on and then not convey what I meant. Let's see if there's anything further that they want to say about it. So in my hand, what I have is the Dream of the Nile Tarot, and it's from our soul sister Emma, who gave us this Dream Visions Tarot. I don't know if you remember. Let me pull a card. Remember this card? Oh, hello, Two of Cups. Beautiful. Right? So from the creator that gave us Dream Visions, our soul sister Emma has now done Dreams of the Nile. What I really like about this deck, well, not what I like, I like many things, it's how it opens up like a little sarcophagus. Isn't that gorgeous? And these cards are amazing, and they shuffle like a dream. So I will put her information down below. I know she did these as oh my god, I don't think I'm seeing Kickstarter, but I'm sure she has extra copies. Listen, this is just so beautiful to shuffle. Some decks are more beautiful to shuffle than others, and wish I could, maybe if I turn my hands this way, you can see how beautiful it is when it's shuffling. Maybe not, I don't know. All right, so let's get some more information about what they're trying to bring through with us here. And because they've brought through that message, it also makes me think of what Mr. Aurelian said about that there's this fertile cocoa field that I'm allowing to run fallow, because maybe that can also pertain to the relationships around me, whether it is the connection I have with my twin, or connections that I have with friends, because I've been more kind of introverted since about the end of last year. Yes, I was working on my dissertation and stuff, but just as work, also working on myself, especially my anger issues. So there may have been relationships that I may have neglected. So there are things like that as well. But also maybe with a situation with my twin, maybe I'm also projecting old wounds onto the connection, and misunderstanding some of his motivations. And then, it lets relationships kind of get sour when there's all this like mistrust, So maybe that's something I need to look at as well. So what we have here is a 10 of Cups. So it is the potential. So there's something in your life that has the potential to be everything that you've ever wanted, but it feels like past losses and maybe things that have gone wrong in the past. Maybe even in a job, right? Maybe even in a job, because I've been construing this narrowly to relationships because of hatred. But maybe in a job or hostile environment, maybe you're thinking about everything that's gone wrong in the past and you feel like there's no coming back from a job, a work situation. But Spirit is saying there is room for growth, and there is room for some sort of resolution. Okay, hope you guys like my alien nails. Anyways, all right, so let's get some more. Could you please clarify what you mean? We have here the Ten of Swords. Hoping that's swords. I'll figure it out just now. Could be wands. I haven't even read the book. We have the Apprentice of Air. So I'm thinking this is Page of Swords. So yes, it is swords. Looks like swords to me. Ooh. Well, the Apprentice is now starting out, ain't it? We have the Tower. And it came out horizontal. So I'm going to leave it like that. And then we have the Magus, the Magician. So what am I getting here? There's an opportunity to alchemize your life, alchemize your relationships, alchemize everything, master yourself, right? There's an opportunity for that, but you're not allowing, it looks like, all things to fall away. You're still holding on to some past pain and resentment, and there's need for some kind of open dialogue between you and whoever it is. Okay, this is what they're saying. You still hold on to past pain, because when the Tower is up right now, it'll all fall down, and then you show your vulnerable side, and then there's this fresh start, right? But you're not allowing an old paradigm to fall away, an old state of being to fall away, and really step into self-mastery and mastering your emotions, because you're still focused on the past. Let's see what you're focusing on in that past that has your attention there. What are you focusing on? What is this? All right, so if you look in this card, even though it says intuition, this person looks very worried. Now, it seems like there's help around you. There are, look at the people with wings there, innit? Right? There's help around you. They're trying to help you end the cycle. It's a card number 64, right? And 64 reads to 10. So something new can begin. This is a gift from the universe, right? They've sent helpers. But you're still focused. If you see how he's leaning more to the past. You're still focused on things that happened in the past. What kind of things, Spirit? Maybe this is around neck to you. We have destiny. Now, destiny is what arises out of all decisions when fatalistic events happen to us, right? We always have that opportunity to co-create. So you're focused on maybe some wrong moves that you've made in the past, instead of recognizing that there's an opportunity here for heaven on earth. So new opportunities for growth, for love, for healing, for abundance are passing you by, because you're thinking about what was lost. You're thinking about what was lost. Okay. Are there any other messages that want to come through today? In the extended, I will get messages from your person, and then a message from someone from Magic Calabash. But I just want to know if Mr. Euralian, that's what I'm gonna call him from now on. Jokes on him, right? Has any further messages? We have here rebirth, time for transformation, and to do that, there are things that you have to let go, right? See how This person has their hands raised in the air and they're letting it go and giving it up all to spirit. So this is a time for surrender. We have here the Hermit, right? So, focusing on yourself and your issues. Time for introspection. We have the Three of Swords, heartbreak. And then we have here the Six of Pentacles. All right. So, it's just a reinforcement of the message that they gave us from the beginning, that there is this opportunity to drastically transform your life, but you're holding on to old situations, old heartbreak and pain, and you're holding on to situations where people are breadcrumbing you. They're not treating you with the respect, love, and attention that you deserve, right? So Spirit said this is a time to really focus on yourself, focus on old pain that's still here, lodged in your heart. It's Spirit saying it's time to shift it and alchemize it. And we only do that by coming to a place of peace, coming to a place of wisdom, that whatever happened is what was meant to happen, right? And we are all the better, or growth has been accelerated, or we are who we are, or we are where we're at because of that experience. Okay? All right, so let's get one last message from Spirit, and we're going to close off this reading. So the message today is time to close off all cycles between all cycles of pain. And not focus on the loss. We have Lyrans, we have strength, courage, and bravery. I know it really takes that to look at yourself objectively. It's easy to be defensive and blame it on the other person, right? But it takes strength and courage to take accountability for your part. To see your part, one, and to take accountability for it. Because it's easy to say it's the other person. There's no work involved in that. And we have events, mystery, reading between the lines, and intuition. So let's see what that's about. I don't have card numbers, so let's see. Maybe it's in alphabetical order. We can hope. Okay. EBENS is an acronym for extraterrestrial biological entity, used by specialized top-secret pathology, osteology, and scientific experts researching discovered ETs in captivity, alive, or possibly injured from spacecraft crashes, or researching deceased ETs via autopsies. Through EBEN, though EBEN does not refer to any one specific type of ET, it is claimed scientists have labeled the found EBENs into 5 known categories. Many alternative scholars believe that the tiny mummified skeleton found in the desert in Chile is indeed an EBEN and not human, for a range of scientific reasons not mentioned in mainstream discourse, and because humans are ancestrally of ET genetics, which goes totally against the official publicized narrative. And then the card meanings here is mystery, the unknown, reading between the lines, discernment, intuition, hunches, healthy skepticism, something is infancy stage, discriminating data, and questioning. Not very helpful. Anyways, right now, Spirit's asking you, instead of seeing your situation through the eyes of pain, or even through the eyes of human, right? To see your situation through the eyes of intuition, from the higher perspective, taking into account your childhood experiences, their childhood experiences, things that you may not be privy to, and and again, coming to some sort of peace within your heart about the situation and what's happening. That's what I'm getting there. All right. So if you're able to join me extended, I will get messages from your person. We're going to see what they want to talk about, and get messages there, as well as a message from Magic Calabash. If you're not able to join me, thank you so much for everything that you do for this channel, especially just listen to me. Recount about my weird experiences. It's not like I can share it with many people. Maybe just my sister or my brother too. Right? But thank you for listening. All right, guys, thank you so much for your likes, shares. If you've not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. Or put a comment down below. It could be at full stop. The other algorithm doesn't care. Thank you for everything. Interacting with the ads, purchasing extended readings. The sale is still on until the 2nd of the 2nd. So thank you guys so very much. Take care.